Hello, my friends. First off, a heartfelt shout out to Brittany. You've been my biggest fan since the beginning of this Patreon, and your encouragement and enthusiasm has been a great boon to me for many years, even before my Patreon existed. So thank you so much, Brittany. But I wanted to tell you, my friends, I am bored. I am bored, I mean, of so many things, but I am bored of my own Patreon. I have heard some kind feedback from some of you about the random articles I post, and indeed, I like writing, I like talking about my life a bit, but it's dry. It's so dry. So I am revamping the whole thing, and I guess if I get initial feedback that says, heck no, don't do this, maybe I'll revamp it again, but my current trajectory, my current plan is I want to convert my Patreon from, like, I'm Nathan, I write, blah, 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 boring, into a choose your own adventure kind of story. Like, so here's the vision. I had a childhood, imagine that. I read books, and a lot of them were choose your own adventure stories. If you know what those are, groovy. If you don't, they were, so just imagine a book, and every few pages it would stop at someone and say, to the reader, if the character does thus and such, go to page 50. If the character does thus and such, go to page 72. And let's say it's a boy adventuring through a cave, and he sees some chest, and he gets this sense that it's cursed. Then it'll say, if Jimmy chooses to open the chest, go to such a page. If Jimmy chooses to leave the cave and ignore that it ever existed, go to such and such a page. So no, I don't have a story about Jimmy wandering through a cave, but I'm cooking up something in my brain that I'm going to offer to you. I'm going to write it, and then there will be like a point where it pauses, and there will be three choices. You will decide, and this is the vision I have, give me feedback if you wish, you will decide the choice that is made. I won't have a pre-written aftermath. I will wait on your decisions and then go from there. It'll be a basic vote. If there is a tie in the votes, my wife will be the tiebreaker. But there'll be a vote from all my patrons. I've debated on so many details and how it's going to be formatted and who and when and where and why and blah, 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 blah. But that's the basic idea. Choose your own adventure, couple different layers. I'm going to create tiers. Usually Patreon has different tiers. So many visions, but I wanted to share that with you. In the meantime, so I don't have this story begun yet. I don't have the first segment or first chapter for you to choose one of those three choices. I don't have that out yet. Planning, got some ideas in mind. But I have started a whole new story for a whole other project, my goodness. And I wanted to share at least the first chapter with you. It's called The Legend of Gorlock. It'll make sense. I mean, I think it's a nice, captivating story. The setting it's like a medieval-ish time period. A young boy at the age of 8 is taken to a military academy of sorts, and it unfolds from there. The first few I'll give you chapter 1, but the first few chapters are just him struggling with feeling like he's missing his family, feeling like he's singled out, feeling just tired and stuff. It has a bit of Viking flavor. I'm trying not to be too obvious about it, or at least not too cliche about it. I don't know enough about actual Viking history, but I've got bits and pieces, and I like the sort of Renaissance fair vibe with my life. Just like, I don't know what's going on, but I like tattoos and battle axes and beards and warriors, and so I'm sticking with it. I'm just rolling with it, and I think it's unfolding nicely. So I'll give you that just to here's something to tide you over until I've gotten this first chapter of a choose your own adventure, choose your own adventure story lined up, and then it'll expand from there. Of course, please let me know what you think of that, because if I get no response, I'm just going to roll with it. And then if I get no votes, I understand you're all busy, but you know, I think you'll like it. 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 We'll see how it goes. But wanted to say hi to you all. Want to tell you what's coming up. And I wanted to give you, of course, a little taste of some of my literature, most recent thing, the beginning of the story, the legend of Gorlock. Why I chose the name, I don't know, but it felt right. You read it, you let me know. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thank you for supporting me and believing in me. I love you guys. Oorah. Until soon.